Hey everyone, welcome back to Edge Talk, the space where bold stories meet inspiring voices. Today we are with someone who have not only redefined the beauty of pageantry, but are using her platform to inspire, to empower, lead with grace and grit. Today, joining her is a woman of resilience and elegance who is rewriting the pageant narrative for married women, proving that grace, authenticity never go out of style. She is the true face of what this platform is. She is none other than Diksha Nijhawan.
Hi everybody, I am Diksha Nijhawan, the winner for VEC Queen of India Mrs. category, and thank you so much Ananya, thank you so much Edge Talks for having me here. I'm truly grateful to it, and I'm looking forward to have an interesting conversation with Edge Talks.
Let's deep dive into their stories, unpack some powerful truth, and talk about something from the ramp to the real life. How did your journey in this pageant begin?
So to be very honest, I was initially very introvert kind of a person, and after I got married, of course you know that it is very difficult after marriage, to take out time for yourself. And my husband motivated me. He saw the model inside me, and he was like, you have to do this. And at that very moment, like when I was trying into influencing and I started being more active on Instagram, then only I got to know about this pageant, and that's how I got myself enrolled.
What did preparing for this pageant to reveal about yourself?
So while I was preparing for this pageant, I got to know a different side of me, that I can be an extrovert, I can be more confident, I can have more courage to, talk about myself. And entire journey of preparing for the pageant has transformed me completely, to be very honest.
What does transformation mean for you through this pageant?
I have become a more confident person. So from walking onto the ramps to walking inside a room with full of confidence and with complete grace, that is what I have learned from this pageant.
What challenges did you face as a married woman entering this pageantry?
See, of course, after marriage, it becomes little difficult to take out time for yourself, and you have your own challenges. And I'm working also. So, along with preparing for the pageant, I had to manage my work also, my home also. So, time management was the key that helped me the most. And I started delegating my things. I started, whatever which can be done tomorrow. My priority at that time was to prepare for the pageant. So I focused on it more, and of course my husband was supportive, so it became very easy for me.
How do you define real beauty in today's filtered world?
See, according to me, real beauty is when your heart is pure, when you are always positive about everything you see, everything. You are more into grasping how much you can learn instead of criticizing and always talking negative. That is more of real beauty. When you can help others, when you can try and empower others rather than, showing them down.
Was there any moment you thought, I can't do this?
Yes, of course. There was a lot of time when I thought that I cannot do this at all, because it was becoming very difficult to manage so many things. I had so many things on my plate. So it was a time when I was preparing for the talent round. At that very moment, I thought that it will be not possible for me, because dance is something which I was very new to. I never danced that much. I'm not a good dancer, so I had to prepare a lot for that. I had to work on it a lot, and that was the moment when I was preparing for my talent round that I got nervous, and I thought that maybe it's not my cup of tea.
What was your family's first reaction to your decision to join the pageantry?
Well, to be very honest, your family, initially my family was not that supportive. They thought that, participating in a beauty pageant, it's not that easy also, because it will of course demand a lot of time. So they had this thing in their mind that how will you manage all this together? You're working also, and you have to manage your home also because you're married. So initially my family was not that supportive, because of course I'm married, and I am working also. So their concern was that how will you manage your work, your marriage and everything, So, and of course a pageant is not only about walking on the ramp. You have to prepare for so many rounds, and you have to work on your personality development as well. So initially, of course, that was a constraint because they were a little worried whether it's going to be safe or not for girls. You know, always parents have this safety concern. But then later on, when I asked them to meet the management team, and after giving the auditions, they had one-to-one interaction with the pageantry team, so they got little confident that okay, I think this is safe and she can do it.
If you could go back to day one of your prep, what advice would you give yourself?
If I go back to day one, the only advice I would give myself is that I would have started little more early and focused more on the talent round, because I personally feel that I didn't give my 100% in the talent round. So if I could start the dance sessions little more earlier, it would have been much great.
What's something you wish every married woman could experience about pageantry?
See, pageantry is not only a beauty competition. It is a competition. It is actually a journey of transformation, and this is something which you have to do for yourself. You know, a woman is always she always feels guilty if she's taking out time for herself. This is something which is, you know, inside you by built only, like you are meant by society only. It's like you cannot do something for yourself. If you're doing it, it's like you have done something very big. So pageantry, for me, according to me, for a woman, it means that it's a journey of your transformation, because it is something you're focusing on yourself. You're giving your 100%. You are trying to practice. You are going for the walk sessions. You are going for dance sessions. You are trying to look more graceful. So it is something that you're focusing more on yourself. So it is like self-love. So that is something you should experience at least once in your life.
As you told us, you also work. So how do you balance between this in your work and what you do?
So by profession, I'm into real estate. I have my own real estate venture.
Oh.
And while preparing for this pageant, I had to take walk sessions also. So that I managed when I used to be in office only. So I used to call my teacher at that time only. Somehow I used to manage 15-20 minutes for myself. And at that time, I used to practice my walk sessions with him. So that's how I managed. It was a little difficult because you cannot leave your work for this. So your work will also suffer. So that's how I managed my time.
What's one stereotype about Mrs. Contestants you completely broke?
I feel to be very honest, I have got compliments that I don't look married. So number one is this, that age is just a number, and if you work on yourself, you can actually look younger, you can actually look more happier. And marriage cannot stop you from loving yourself. So I feel that just keep on loving yourself, just be you, be yourself, and that's how you're going to be happy, and that's how you're going to look young, and that's how you're going to achieve wonders in your life.
How has your personal life transformed since winning?
My personal life. So yes, there has been a lot of transformation in that ways. My people actually start you are respecting you more when you are a pageant winner, when you are a title holder, be it your family or your colleagues or your partners or any way. I mean, everybody, your friends. So they are more very proud also that you are a title holder. So, and also ever since I won the pageant, I feel more responsible, because title comes with a lot of responsibility. I feel more responsible. I feel that I have become a much better person ever since I won the pageant, because I have become more organized, more responsible, and of course you get a lot of affection from your family.
Have you seen winners change positively or negatively after winning?
See, positive or negative, they can be both the sides. So a winner can also be a negative, but for me it has always been a positive journey also. Like I told you before, I only connect with people who have positive aura, and so do I believe in that for myself also, that I also like to have a positive aura, and that's how I haven't like everything that has changed ever since I won the pageant, it has always been positive.
What's one harsh truth about glam industry no one talks about?
So one harsh fact that's there about the glam industry is everything is not exactly the way it looks like. So it is all, at times it is all fake. If somebody is happy, that might be fake. If somebody is doing something great, that might be fake. So never get affected with that, and just focus on yourself. That is more important. And also this glam industry, I know of course glam is like very charming, everybody wants it, but there has a cost that you have to bear. You have to be more careful while talking to people. You have to be more careful because you know about casting couch and everything, right? Even on the fashion shows and everything, it's all negative. So you have to keep yourself positive and try not to get affected by such people.
So if you are talking about casting couch,
Yeah.
did you face any casting couch?
Of course, a lot.
Like, it
So, see, it's before the pageant. I was into like started being an influencer, and I all know everybody wants to get into Bollywood, right?
Yeah.
So I started with my Instagram and I was very active shooting and everything. So I got this DM on Instagram. I got a message from a stranger who tells me that he has a very nice brand and I have to shoot for it. And it was a Dubai-based brand, a jewelry brand. And so I asked him about the details and everything, if I can bring one family member along and everything. So he said, yeah, everything is fine. But then he was like, are you comfortable with personal compromise? And I was like, okay, because this was something which I heard for the very first time. I have heard a lot about, you know, everybody has heard a lot about Bollywood and everything. But this was something
first
which,
time
yeah, first
happened
time that I
with you,
faced.
huh?
And that was just the starting. After that also there were a lot of incidences, like somebody who approached me for a Sabyasachi shoot, and again he had the same demands. And it's not just me. I am here, I got the platform that I am discussing it right now, but there are a lot of people who are facing this. Some of them, they give up, they feel that this is the only way how, you know, they can get work.
What you did with such kind of experiences, और आप आगे क्या advice देना चाहोगे और लोगों को?
So I just blocked that person because of course why to get into deep shit, right?
Right.
So, but yeah, I remember one more instance. So there was this guy who contacted me for Amazon and Sabyasachi shoots. I just said, right? Na? So he had the audacity to text me again. When I told him already that I'm not up for all this, if you have something decent, then only contact me. So he had the audacity to text me again, and he was like कि अरे यहाँ पे shoot हो रहा है and you can come and all that. बहुत अच्छा shoot है, बहुत popularity होगी, ये होगा वो होगा, और ये कोई some celebrity was also coming. So I was already very pissed कि भाई पहले मना कर दिया, अब दोबारा क्यों text कर रहा है? And then I wrote that अच्छा इसके लिए भी compromise करवाओगे क्या? And he was like, because of course he was not expecting that I will write it, you know, directly. Because I was so irritated क्योंकि इतनी बार हो चुका है ना ये. And people have the guts to ask you again. Because there are some people who give up. उन्हें लगता है कि अच्छा आज मना करिए कल मान जाएगी, आज मना करिए कल मान जाएगी. So they keep on texting
But वो भी
you.
cautious हो गया कि अब की बार नहीं लिखूंगा.
हाँ, तो उसके बाद उसका मुझे कभी कोई मैसेज नहीं आया. उसके बाद he was like, मैंने ब्लॉक नहीं करा.
He didn't reply.
नहीं, he replied. He was like, अरे lol. And then after that, I didn't reply, he didn't reply. अगर आपको ऐसा कोई भी मैसेज आता है, you know, या कोई भी आपको कांटेक्ट करके ऐसे बोलता है that you are up for personal compromise and all that, so I would just give one advice that you are a woman of self-esteem, high dignity, and keep it like that only. This is not how you're going to get work. क्या गारंटी है कि उसके बाद आपको काम मिल जाएगा, right? And I mean, please, this is not the right way.
तो आपने अपने ऐसे experiences अपने family, अपने husband के साथ share करे?
हाँ, of course. Why to hide? I'm not wrong. So मैंने अपने husband को बताया and he was laughing. He was like, seriously. And there is this girl. So I went for this panel discussion at Ramjas College. and I met a student over there. So she was also very curious about Instagram and this glam world, and if so the question over there for from the students was for all the creators that, ma'am, do you think that we should quit our jobs or just for content creation? So that was the discussion that was going on. So that girl, she came up to me and she was like, ma'am, I really admire you and I want to enter into this world of modeling and everything. So I discussed the same thing with her, and then she started telling me everything that, yes ma'am, I also faced the same thing. I went for a shoot, it was a collab shoot, and that guy, he started texting me that let's go for dinner and all that, I'll get you work. So I tried to educate her, and I'm in touch with her so that she doesn't get into a trap.
Do winners always deserve the crown, or does influence play a role?
Winners always deserve the crown, but yes, influence also plays a role.
Like how? Kaise?
See, the thing is that, of course, if you have a positive influence, then you can definitely win. If the influence is negative, then of course it is going to be a negative for you only, so you cannot be the winner. So that depends on the judging, on the person who is judging, on the person who has the authority to declare you as a winner or a loser.
Pageant politics, real or myth? Have you ever felt that the crown was pre-decided?
See, pageant politics is real, and I have seen it so many places. To be very honest, I was actually very lucky that VEC was one such pageant that was absolutely transparent and there was no politics at all. So this is very interesting question that you have asked, and I would like to elaborate a little bit about it. So when we were there at the property and the pageant started, so normally what do you expect? When the pageant starts, you expect कि अरे ये इसके कपड़े फाड़ देगी, इसके कपड़े कट कर देगी, या एक दूसरे को हराने की कोशिश करेंगे, and all that will happen. So even I was very nervous कि मेकअप चुरा लेगी, whatever. I mean, anything can happen with you. You know about it, ना? Pageant में तो girls fight is like very common.
Cat fight.
Yeah, cat fight. So I was also expecting the same thing because I got to know about it from various people who have been into pageants. But luckily my roommate was very helpful, and all the contestants, they were very, very mature, and they handled every situation. Everybody was trying to help each other. So that was something very nice, and I loved it about this beauty pageant. But yes, pageant politics is real, and you must have heard that mostly the titles are fixed.
Right.
Yeah, so that is one of the reasons that I enrolled for VC, because it was absolutely transparent.
Do you think married women are still not taken seriously in glam spaces?
I feel now this is not happening. I feel that married women are more successful as compared to I mean, it's not a criteria anymore that married women are facing more issues or they are not taken seriously. So I don't feel so that it is there anymore. Because you can see yourself that there are so many Mrs. category pageants now happening,
Right.
even on international levels. So I don't feel that that's a barrier anymore.
What's one fake thing about pageant world no one talks about?
So one fake thing, mostly anybody who participates in pageant, they know how you have to. It's like you just have to be more efforts in everything. You have to be more careful the way you're walking, because when you're into a pageant, everybody is like noticing you all the time. So that is one thing that you have to be very, very careful all the time.
What were you judged for more? Being married or being bold?
I think being bold. Yeah.
Like, how? Any story?
So when I entered the pageant, this is something which I got to know after the pageant was over, after the winners were declared. So I still remember, like, we were having a chit chat session, all the people, like all the participants, and I heard it by mistake. Like, I was not trying to listen, but I overheard it, and then what I got to know was that some of the people, they felt that she was an influencer, and of course she has a lot of number of followers, so that is the reason maybe she won. So that is something, because I was already very bold, I was already into, you know, shoots and all and everything. So they thought that this might be the reason that she has been declared as the winner. But then I don't think so that was the reason. I mean, that cannot be the only way you are being chosen as the winner.
Do you believe women can be fully empowered without marriage or motherhood?
See, marriage and motherhood, these two things, they have their own that positivity that brings, you know, with itself, that strengthens you in a way. If you have a child, the child is going to look up to you as a role model. So you, of course, you get that strength that I have to do it. And if you're married, your husband is going to be supportive. You have your husband's family also. Of course, it is not always that you have a supportive in-law families, but still I feel that it is kind of strength in both ways, be it motherhood or marriage.
If there were no beauty standards, do you think half of the contestants still qualify?
See, there are a lot of beauty standards for a beauty pageant, but VC was not very strict about it. They were more into looking for contestants who have that zeal that they have to do something for themselves, and you know, they wanted to look more of such type of contestants who were more focused on women empowerment, and if they get the right platform, a little bit grooming, they can do wonders. So they were not that strict about the beauty standards that way.
How real is sisterhood in pageantry? Did you feel support or
Yes.
any support or any
Of
competition?
course, yeah. So I'll tell you this instance. While we were there at the property, so I could connect to all. We had a little chit chat session with all the. We were given the chance to sit with all the contestants and have a discussion with them. So at that very moment, it was the first time all of us were meeting, because all the contestants, they were from different states. So we could never have a, you know, discussion about VC or about the pageant or anything. So we were meeting for the first time, and it never felt that we have met just now, like a few seconds ago. So we all could connect very well. We had a long discussion and we were so happy. And yes, sisterhood was there, because I still remember my sari, it got a little messed up, and all the contestants, they were trying to help me on like the Mrs. category, because it was a lot of chaos, like you are at the backstage and preparing and all that. But everybody was like trying to help each other. So that is all sisterhood is about. So yeah, I was totally experiencing this.
Who was your biggest support system through this journey?
My husband. Yes, he has supported me a lot. He has pushed me a lot. He is like, no, you have to do this. There were times that I almost gave up, and I was like, no, nahi ho raha mujhse ab. I cannot dance. Nahi ho pa raha mujhse. Yeah, you know, I cannot go for, because you get tired also. No, you are doing so many things together. So at the same time, I was also trying to lose little weight at that time, to be very honest. So it was becoming very difficult, and my husband was like, no, you have to do it. So he is like very particular. He's like, if you have started something, end it. Good or bad, whatever. But just give your 100%. Yeah.
So what was your proudest moment on stage?
See, the thing is that I wasn't expecting that I will win. This pageant, to be very honest, it was just like something that I am doing for myself. That it was just like a journey of transformation for me. So when Chitrangna came, she was the celebrity judge, and when she came, she gave me the title the Queen of Glamour. So that was the proud moment for me. I was like, okay, I have won a title and now I'm done. Now I don't want to stand, just I think I can go now. So I'm just telling that, you know, when you are on the stage, you get a title, you are happy because a celebrity is giving it to you. So I was actually satisfied at that very moment. The proud moment again, it was like when I was there in top 3. So it was very nice.
You are talking about pageant politics. तो आप हमें कुछ बताइए कि लगा है आपको कि जो पेजेंट जजेस होते हैं वो कहीं से बायस्ड होते हैं या फिर ऑलरेडी क्राउन प्री डिसाइडेड होते हैं कि हाँ इसको मिलेगा, या फिर कोई भी क्राउन खरीद सकता है कि हाँ हम इतने पैसे देंगे, हम क्राउन हमें चाहिए?
हाँ ऑफ कोर्स खरीद सकता है आजकल तो इट्स लाइक वेरी कॉमन pageants are fixed and that is also one of the reasons like I was little skeptical ki you know you're paying the fees also and you're going to work hard also कहीं fixed हुआ तो मैंने पर्सनली इनके टीम से बात करी, मैंने इनका ऑडिशन जब क्लियर करा था सो आई हैड अ 1-to-1 डिस्कशन विद द वीसी टीम एंड जब मुझे बिल्कुल अच्छे से पता चल गया, बिल्कुल श्योरिटी हो गई कि हाँ नहीं यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला, देन ओनली आई एनरोल्ड एंड आई वॉज लकी ऑल्सो कि ऐसा नहीं हुआ बिकॉज टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट जिस दिन जो day 1 था ना पैजेंट का, सो एवरीबडी वॉज लाइक अरे तू कुछ बोल नहीं रही, तू कुछ बोल नहीं रही, दे वर लाइक कि तू कुछ बोल ही नहीं रही है. सो ये एक तरीके का नेगेटिव पॉइंट भी यू नो यू कैन कंसिडर इट. तो आई वाज तो गेटिंग दिस फीलिंग कि मैं तो पहले ही रिजेक्ट हो चुकी हूँ क्योंकि एवरीबडी वाज लाइक या दे आर लाइक कि ये इंटरैक्ट नहीं कर रही,
You were underconfident.
yes they were getting this feeling. It was not like that. I was talking a lot with everybody, but of course judges के सामने थोड़ा आप रखते हो ना, you're like little shy.
Pageants often get labeled superficial. How does VEC break that stereotype?
So I just said that VEC was absolutely transparent that ways. चाहे आप the question answer round, you take that, the talent round, there was a beach wear round also. So every way I could see that everything was fair. Nothing was fixed at all. Because when you are in a pageant, अगर ऐसा कोई पॉलिटिक्स चल रहा होता है, you get a gist of it. पता चल जाता है, you know, कहीं ना कहीं से सुन के आपको पता चल जाता है. So one thing positive about VEC was that it was not superficial, it was not fixed. Everything was real, everything was real time. And मतलब honestly, from the judges to the contestants, everything was absolutely transparent.
What's one moment in your journey that you have never shared publicly?
This only that one thing that I haven't shared publicly is now that I'm doing is that I don't know how to dance. So this was something which was very difficult for me to learn. You won't believe, when the talent round was over, I was so nervous because everybody was doing great. When it was the talent round, the dance, everything was mind-blowing. Every contestant was like top-notch. And when it was my turn, I was so nervous. I was getting those jitters and everything, and I just gave my best. And after that, I didn't have the courage to see the video, how I have performed. Till date, I haven't seen it. I was so nervous that ways. So that is the biggest thing that I have never told anybody, that I don't know how to dance. Like
कभी सोचा नहीं कि सीख लेते हैं यार, इतना
नहीं
भी
यार, हुआ
tough
ही
नहीं
नहीं
है.
कभी, मतलब कभी हुआ ही नहीं वो. सो कभी कोशिश भी नहीं करी, बिकॉज यू आफ्टर यू गेट मैरिड, यू हैव योर वर्क, यू हैव योर एवरीथिंग. दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू आर डूइंग कंप्लीटली फॉर योरसेल्फ. तो आई लव जिमिंग, आई डू दैट अ लॉट. होते हैं यार कुछ लोग जो दे आर नॉट डांस पर्सन.
What does winning mean to you, personally or socially?
Winning to me has been truly transformative, and ever since I won the title, I have become a much better person. I try to look at every aspect in a very positive way, because I feel that I have the crown, I have the responsibility, and I have to be graceful and good to everybody. And personally also, I have got a lot of appreciation from my family, that this is something that nobody has done in my family. Nobody has ever enrolled for a beauty pageant or entered the modeling world or anything, because they always thought that it is not a good industry and not going into it. You have to escape this. You are not doing
आपके
it.
in-laws ने कभी कुछ आपको बोला हो?
हाँ, of course, everybody was like it's not, because it's not safe. अभी हम थोड़ी देर पहले casting couch के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, right? So yeah, it's not safe. But the thing is that आपको cautious होना है. You have to be more responsible. You have to be more careful. And it's not necessary that you have to give a negative reaction. You just respond. That's it.
तो अभी उनका क्या point of view है?
अभी तो दे
Change
आर
हुआ या
हाँ
still?
बहुत completely change हुआ because the thing is I enrolled myself, I gave my best and I achieved it, so they are like now very happy.
Tell me something about season 1. How was your experience?
season 1 was actually very good. जजेस बहुत अच्छे थे. हमारे ग्रूमिंग सेशंस हुए थे. अंकित नागपाल सर हैं जिनकी अपनी ग्रूमिंग एकेडमी है, एंड वी हैड सेशंस विद हिम. इट वाज वेरी एक्साइटिंग बिकॉज द थिंग इज कि जैसे पैजेंट पास आ रहा था, सो लास्ट 1 मंथ में हमारा श्याम सर, ही इज़ अ शो डायरेक्टर and he has been the show director for a lot of international pageants also.
Okay.
So we had a, like before going to Goa, season 1 was in Goa. So before going to Goa हमारा एक online session हुआ था उनके साथ, and it was very interesting क्योंकि first time हम लोग fashion industry का हमें एक glimpse मिल रहा था कि what are the terminologies that are there for a show director, like कि इसे head ramp बोलते हैं and all that. सो उन्होंने हमें वो सिखाया था, तो दैट वाज वेरी, मतलब इट वाज जनरेटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ क्यूरोसिटी कि वहाँ जाके क्या क्या होने वाला है. एंड सीजन 1 का जो प्रॉपर्टी था जहाँ पे इन्होंने पूरा ऑर्गेनाइज किया था, इट वाज ब्यूटिफुल. द व्यू वाज ब्यूटिफुल, द एंटायर वाइब वाज वेरी ब्यूटिफुल. एंड वी हैड अ फिटनेस सेशन with Dr. Tarandeep. She's a fitness doctor and she's very good. And उनके साथ हमारा बीच पे एक फिटनेस सेशन हुआ था. It was beautiful. I mean, it was so refreshing. That was
like ये कितने दिनों की जर्नी थी?
ये एक्चुअली में 3 दिन की जर्नी थी.
Okay.
हाँ, तो उसमें आई स्टिल रिमेंबर जब हम डे 1 पे आए तो हम लोगों ने चिट चैट किया, उसके बाद एक दूसरे को जाना, इंट्रोड्यूस किया. इमिजिएटली बाद हमारा ग्रूमिंग सेशन हुआ अंकित सर के साथ, एंड उन्होंने हम सबसे क्वेश्चंस पूछे स्टेज फियर निकालने के ऊपर. दैट्स व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग कि ब्यूटी पैजेंट इज नॉट ओनली अबाउट कि कौन कितना सुंदर है, दैट्स इट. इट्स मोर ऑफ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट ऑल्सो. सो दैट वाज अ वेरी गुड थिंग कि वीसी ने सारे कॉन्टेस्टेंट्स के लिए ऑनलाइन सेशंस भी करे और ऑफलाइन सेशंस भी करे. तो सब जब गोवा आ गए थे फॉर ग्रैंड फिनाले, तो तब उन्होंने सारे कॉन्टेस्टेंट्स के लिए एक ग्रूमिंग सेशन रखा अंकित सर के साथ. सो जैसे ही हम आए हमने सबको इंट्रोड्यूस करा एक दूसरे को, एंड देन वी हैड अ ग्रूमिंग सेशन विद अंकित सर. इमीडिएटली आफ्टर दैट वी हैड अ वॉक सेशन विद श्याम सर, एंड ही इज़ वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट, ही इज़ वेरी पर्टिकुलर, ही इज़ वेरी पंक्चुअल. सो दैट इज़ ऑल्सो समथिंग विच आई लर्नड एट दैट टाइम. से डांट पड़ी ना सबको, बिकॉज फर्स्ट टाइम कर रहा था, सबको ही फर्स्ट टाइम कर रहे थे, और ऑनलाइन में यू कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग अबाउट फैशन एंड ऑल ना. तो तब सबको बहुत डांट पड़ रही थी, बहुत नर्वस थे, बिकॉज जब एक बंदे को डांट पड़ जाती है तो ऑटोमेटिकली यू आर लाइक अरे यार इसको डांट पड़ी मुझे पड़ जाएगी. तो हमारा उसके बाद श्याम सर के साथ सेशन हुआ. देन वी टुक अ ब्रेक, वी हैड फूड एंड एवरीथिंग. उसके इमीडिएटली बाद आई स्टिल रिमेंबर 12 o'clock रात के हमारा सेशन चल रहा था कोरियोग्राफी का. शो डायरेक्टर जो हैं श्याम सर, उनके साथ, और सबको डांट पड़ रही थी. एंड अगेन वी स्लेप्ट. नेक्स्ट डे उठे 6 o'clock, वी वेंट फॉर द फिटनेस सेशन. फिर हमारा उसी दिन हमारा टैलेंट राउंड होना था, तो वी हैड टू प्रैक्टिस अ लॉट फॉर दैट ऑल्सो. एंड देन वी हैड अ सेशन विद कीर्ति मैम, शी इज ऑल्सो ग्रूमर.
Okay.
So that session, I must say, it was beautiful. Matlab, honestly, I discovered a new version of myself after taking that session. She was the groomer for Muskan ma'am also, who's the owner of this pageant. So it was so beautiful. I mean, she was telling her journey, and वो मुस्कान मैम के बारे में बता रही थी कि how it all started and everything. So the way she was so humble. The way, because normally क्या होता है कि आप डांटते हो, you're judging all the time, judgy eyes होती है, so you get cautious also and you get conscious also. So उनके साथ it was like I was absolutely comfortable, everybody was comfortable. और उसके बाद जब हम उस सेशन से बाहर निकले, it was like अब जो होगा बस. Everybody was so confident. So it was मैजिकल. 2 hours का सेशन था हमारा उनके साथ, एंड बहुत मज़ा आया. सो हम लोग क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे थे कि मैम बेसिकली इन सेशंस में जो ग्रूमिंग सेशंस थे उसमें दे वर टेलिंग कि पैजेंट्स में नॉर्मली क्या क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं एंड हाउ यू हैव टू आंसर. सो देयर इज़ अ वे कि आप क्वेश्चन अगर आंसर कर रहे हो, यू हैव टू स्टैंड लाइक दिस, योर बैक हैज़ टू बी स्ट्रेट and you have to look into the eyes of the judge. You have to keep a smiling face. So ये सब चीज़ें सीखने को मिली. I mean, it was beautiful. And then the celebrity hairstylist Javed sir was also there, and I still remember traditional Ramda. So I was getting ready, and I have these bangs. So it was little messed up. तो वो आके उसे ठीक कर रहे थे, and he is a pro at that. He is like a hair magician. सो बहुत अच्छा लगा. मतलब सीजन 1 में सब इतने अच्छे अच्छे जूरी मेंबर्स थे, एंड ऐसा नहीं है कि जीत गए हो गया ख़त्म तो सब ख़त्म. आफ्टर दैट ऑल्सो दे हेल्प्ड अ लॉट. लाइक अंकित सर के साथ आई हैव अटेंडेड सो मैनी इवेंट्स. आई गॉट द चांस टू बी द गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ फैशन शोज एंड ऑल, राइट. And Tarandeep ma'am, she also helped me a lot of events so that I can socialize more. So every jury member, VC itself has given us so many brand shoots, you know. So everybody has helped us in every way possible. Javed sir ke sath I have done a shoot with him, and we are planning a very good shoot very soon. So it has been very nice.
And how much you are excited for season 2?
I am super excited because सी ऑनलाइन ऑडिशंस अभी चल रहे हैं सीजन 2 के, एंड यू एक तो इट गिव्स यू दैट नॉस्टैल्जिक फीलिंग ऑल्सो ना, कि आपको एकदम से याद आता है कि आप इस टाइम पे ऑडिशन दे रहे थे. एंड इसके अलावा वी आर गेटिंग लाइक द स्केड्यूल ऑल्सो कि क्या होने वाला है, बिकॉज द लोकेशन इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी ब्यूटिफुल फॉर सीजन 2. इट्स जयपुर. सो आई एम ऑलरेडी, जयपुर इज लाइक माई फेवरेट प्लेस. So I'm already very excited for, and VC is also planning a shoot also in Jaipur for all the winners. So I'm super excited for season 2.
What's one unhealthy trend in your industry that is dangerously normalized?
Using filters all the time. That is something very unhealthy. You are living in a real world and you have to accept yourself the way you are. So that is something that is being so normalized these days.
Have you ever been pressured to portray a fake identity or fake look of yourself?
Yes, I have been pressured at times to give a fake version of myself, which I don't like at all. But in a way, if you have to agree that ये एक industry का part है. There are times when you have to meet people whom you don't even like. And you have to interact with them, you have to show that everything is okay, because of course that's how a mature person is going to respond. And other than that, fake for me is also applying makeup, lot of makeup. I hate applying makeup. So something like, it has been so common now for me, like regularly I'm applying makeup and you have to give that fake smile all the time. So that is something which I don't like.
What's the dirtiest BTS about modeling in?
बहुत ज़्यादा बुरी चीज़ें हैं. So मुझे तो समझ नहीं आ रहा मैं कहाँ से शुरू करूँ. Modeling industry is very something you have to be very careful. Because जब मैंने initially start किया था तो there are two things. Either they demand you for compromise या फिर दे विल आस्क यू फॉर मनी. तो मेरे लिए सबसे ज़्यादा बुरा था कि ऑन मेरिट देयर इज़ नथिंग, यही चलता रहता है. एंड यू हैव टू चूज़ कौन सा करें कौन सा ना करें, एंड यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल ऑल्सो. बिकॉज आई स्टिल रिमेंबर आई वॉज देयर विद अ शो डायरेक्टर फॉर अ मीटिंग. And this is something which I would like to tell on this platform only. I was with a show director for a meeting, and there was one more model with me, and we met a designer regarding a discussion about he was supposed to invest in the show. So the director requested me to come, so I was like, okay, I can come. I can also explain a little bit, give a presentation also for the show and all. I can help you a little bit. So at that very moment when we were sitting, the way the designer was looking at me, it was very creepy. and I just wanted to go away from that place. After the meeting was entirely over and everything was done, we came downstairs, and I was discussing with the show director that something was not right. And then I got to know that the show directors, they are also involved, like in supplying the models. Like there were different groups which he had made, like the service model and the runway model and this model and that model. So that was the ugliest thing that I have ever seen of this industry. And this is very common. The more I'm meeting more people, the more I'm meeting more show directors, I have seen this a lot. So they are like into this also, and girls are also okay with this. So this is something which I didn't understand, and the most ugliest thing I have ever seen. I never met that person again, and this was not acceptable at all. Because you get the गर्ल्स के अंदर ये होता है, उन्हें पता चल जाता है कि समथिंग इज नॉट राइट. हाँ, सिक्स सेंस होता है, उन्हें पता चल जाता है कि दिस पर्सन इज नॉट राइट, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है यहाँ पे. तो तब मेरे को जब पता चला ना दैट दिस डिजाइनर इज इनटू ऑल दिस आल्सो, सो आई आल्सो गॉट टू नो अबाउट वन मोर थिंग. सो आई एम इनटू अ कास्टिंग का ग्रुप, सो आई गेट अ लॉट ऑफ मैसेजेस. कास्टिंग के जो भी मैसेजेस होते हैं वो आते रहते हैं उसमें. I saw one message. It was not specifically for me. It was like a lot of girls are there in the group, and उस group में उन्होंने वो message डाला हुआ था that we need bold girls who are okay with showing their cleavage, and it's a party concept. They have to come. They have to be little open-minded. तो ये सब चीज़ें भी हो रही हैं. मतलब casting is no more only about movies or TVC or all that. There are a lot of things that we don't even know, and पता चल रहा है अब.
There are a lot of people in this industry जो बोलते हैं कि हम गे हैं, बट वो लड़कियों का यूज़ करते हैं और फिर बाद में पता चलता है कि इन एक्चुअल दे आर नॉट गे, दे आर जस्ट प्रिटेंडिंग. तो आपके साथ कुछ ऐसा इंसिडेंट हुआ है?
वेल, डिज़ाइनर तो नहीं स्पेसिफिकली, बट मेरे साथ ऐसा इंसिडेंट हुआ है, एंड मैं पूरा डिटेल बताती हूँ इसका. सो मुझे एक बंदे ने एक इवेंट के लिए इनवाइट किया था, एंड आई रीच्ड वेरी टाइमली फॉर द इवेंट, बट इवेंट स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ था. सो ही सेड, ही वाज लाइक कि अरे अभी तो इवेंट स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ, लेट्स गो एंड हैव अ कप ऑफ कॉफ़ी और मे बी लेट्स हैव अ बियर और समथिंग. So we were there in a good property. We were there in a 5-star hotel. Basement में event था, and then we went upstairs. We had a coffee, and then we started talking. So, of course, when you are in this industry, you have to talk to everybody. Like, you know, you have to be very talkative kind of a person, because that's how you make connections, right? So I also started talking, and he was like, he started asking me, so क्या करते हो आप? You are into influencing, family supportive है कि नहीं? So he was trying to get a gist कि मेरी family कितनी supportive है, husband कितने supportive है, you know, मैं कितनी open minded हूँ. So मैंने बता दिया कि हाँ ठीक है, अगर something good comes up, I can definitely come. So he asked me, can you travel abroad for collaborations? मतलब paid नहीं होंगे, barter type collaboration होंगे, तो बाहर चलोगे, like out of India as an influencer. So I said, yeah, sure. And then he talked about some few runway shows, also good runway shows, that कि ये भी करवा दूँगा, ये भी करवा दूँगा and all that. So I was like, yeah, sure, I can do it. So I was thinking that maybe he has found that potential in me. He thinks that, you know, because again and again he was saying you have got a very pretty face and all that, you know. So I thought, he also discussed that you are a pageant winner, so maybe you can go for it. So I thought that maybe he saw the potential in me, and that's why he's discussing all this. So after taking a complete understanding about my background, about how my family is supportive and everything, वो आ गया मेन पॉइंट पे सीधा. सो ही वाज लाइक कि मैं अभी रिसेंटली एक ट्रिप पे गया था एक स्टाइलिस्ट के साथ. शी इज़ अ वेरी फेमस स्टाइलिस्ट, एंड वी स्लेप्ट ऑन द सेम बेड, एंड वी डिड एवरीथिंग. इट वाज वेरी क्लियर, बट वी विल नॉट स्प्रेड द लेग्स. So again and again he was using this term, spread the legs, spread the legs. And I was so irritated, because how can you be so, you know, just talk like that? This is not the right way. You're supposed to have right ethics, right manners, how to talk to a girl. This is not how you talk. अच्छा, इनिशियली पहले मुझे लगा कि ये तो गे है, ये तो ऐसी कोई बात करेगा ही नहीं, बट बाद में व्हेन ही सेड ऑल दिस आई एक्चुअली गॉट स्केर्ड कि कभी ये यही ना बोल दे कि लेट्स गो टू द रूम. सो आई गॉट वेरी नर्वस एट दैट टाइम. लकीली उसके फ्रेंड्स का कॉल आ गया एंड वी लेफ्ट फ्रॉम देयर. But then I was actually very scared, and that's when I realized कि अगर मुझे कोई भी लड़की मिलती है जो मॉडलिंग में जाना चाहती है, वो somehow मेरे कनेक्शन में आती है, तो मैं उसे डेफिनेटली बताऊंगी कि ऐसे लोगों से दूर रहे. Because there are a lot of people, there are a lot of designers, a lot of event organizers who are pretending that they are gay but they are not, and they do this.
सो लाइक उसके बाद कभी लगा कि अब नहीं जाऊंगी या मुझे छोड़नी है इंडस्ट्री?
नहीं,
Have this
मुझे
thought
ऐसा
came
बिल्कुल
into your
नहीं.
mind?
No, no, not at all. Why? Because of one person I'll do that. So of course I was very scared. मैंने घर आके अपने husband को बताया and he started laughing. He was like, अरे कुछ नहीं होता ये तो, like because it is
Yeah,
very
he's
common,
very
right?
supportive.
Yeah.
मतलब हर
So he
चीज़
was like कोई बात नहीं, तू इसको इग्नोर कर, भूल जाए इस चीज़ को. And that man, he had the audacity to try to talk to me again, invite me for parties and all. And I was like, I just stopped responding.
What's one glamorized thing about your work that's actually exhausting?
Putting makeup all the time. I don't like it. It's very exhausting. You give hours, apply makeup, and then remove. It is entirely, and you have to look absolutely perfect, picture perfect. This is something जो आजकल बड़ा common हो गया है. अगर आप देखोगे, where has this trend of fake eyelashes and everything has started, nails and everything? Because you have to look always picture perfect, which is very difficult, and I find it very exhausting.
Have you ever been ghosted or used after giving your 100%?
Yes, I've been ghosted. So I went for a shoot, and it was not a paid shoot. मतलब the person who was organizing the shoot, that person said that yes, we will pay you this much amount. The amount was very less. So I took out time and I went for that shoot. और मैं वहाँ पे गई, मैंने अपना 100% दिया, and then later on I didn't get the payment and that person ghosted me. He was like, मतलब उसने फ़ोन भी नहीं उठाया, कुछ भी नहीं करा.
बहुत सारी स्टोरीज हैं इंस्टाग्राम को लेकर कि इंस्टाग्राम की काफ़ी डार्क साइड है, लाइक काफ़ी कुछ है. तो आपने कभी कुछ ऐसा फेस किया है, कोई कोलैबोरेशन आया जो इट टर्न्ड आउट टू बी फेक, कुछ भी?
हाँ, मैंने फेस किया है. सो इंस्टाग्राम पे ना आजकल आप किसी भी क्राइटेरिया को ले ही नहीं सकते कि ये ट्रस्टवर्दी है, कि अगर नंबर ऑफ फॉलोअर्स अच्छे हैं तो लगेगा कि नहीं ये ट्रस्टवर्दी है. वो भी अब एक क्राइटेरिया नहीं रहा, क्योंकि आपको पता है फेक फॉलोअर्स होते हैं, फेक रीच होती है, फेक लाइक्स होते हैं, सब फेक होता है. सो मुझे एक डायरेक्टर ने कांटेक्ट किया था. ठीक है, कोलैब नहीं है ये, कोलैब का भी इंसिडेंट हुआ है मेरे साथ, बट अभी मैं आपको एक बता रही हूँ. एक डायरेक्टर ने कांटेक्ट किया था एंड उसके समवेयर अराउंड 300K 400K फॉलोअर्स थे. एंड उसने मुझे कांटेक्ट किया इंस्टाग्राम पे दैट आई विल टेक योर ऑडिशन एंड दिस इज़ द डेट, एंड अगर आप सिलेक्ट हो जाते हो तो देन आई विल कम फ्रॉम चंडीगढ़ एंड आई विल मीट यू इन पर्सन जस्ट टू हैव अ लुक टेस्ट. एक लुक टेस्ट भी होता है ना, तो उसके लिए. तो आई वॉज लाइक ओके. और तब मैंने सिर्फ स्टार्ट ही किया था, मतलब तब मैं किसी भी ऐसे स्कैम में नहीं फंसी थी. तो उसने डेट सेलेक्ट करी, मैंने उसको अपना ऑडिशन दिया. सो द ऑडिशन वॉज टेकन ऑन अ वीडियो कॉल, एंड वीडियो कॉल ऑन करके उसने पहले मुझे बोला कि ऐसे ऐसे स्टोरी है, आप अपने आप डायलॉग क्रिएट करो और एक्ट करो. तो मैंने कर दिया. एंड देन ही वॉज लाइक, अच्छा अब इमेजिन करो कि बेड पे लेटे हुए हो और ऐसे इंटीमेट सीन. तो जैसे ही उसने ये वर्ड बोला ना, तो मैंने बोला सॉरी आई एम नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद दिस. तो उसे लगा अच्छा ठीक है, ये कंफर्टेबल नहीं हो रही, तो मैं इसको टॉपिक को बंद कर देता हूँ. एंड देन ही स्टार्टेड कॉलिंग मी अगेन एंड अगेन कि अरे आप तो पूरा मान गए, ये वो करके. एंड देन ही वाज लाइक, मैं आपसे चंडीगढ़ से मिलने आ जाता हूँ, आपका लुक टेस्ट. तो मुझे ना कुछ सही फील नहीं हो रहा था, मुझे लग रहा था कि नहीं यहाँ पे कुछ गड़बड़ है. तो मैंने उसे इग्नोर करना शुरू कर दिया. मैंने अपने हस्बैंड से भी बात करवाई. मतलब वो इस लेवल तक फेक कर रहा था कि मतलब कि हस्बैंड से भी बात कर रहा है, सब ओके लग रहा है कि हाँ. मैं टू माइंडेड हो गई थी कि सही है कि गलत है, सही है. मुझे एक्चुअली कन्फ्यूजन हो गया. कुछ दिन बाद मेरी एक फ्रेंड है, शी इज़ अ मॉडल, एंड हम दोनों की ऐसी नॉर्मली बात हुई, तो दैट गाय इज़ फॉलोइंग मी स्टिल ऑन इंस्टाग्राम. तो शी आस्क्ड मी कि अरे तू इसको कैसे जानती है. सो आई वाज लाइक अरे ऐसे ऐसे इसने मेरा ऑडिशन लिया था एंड मुझे तो फ्रॉड लगा, तेरे को अगर कॉन्टैक्ट है तुम बात मत करियो. शी टोल्ड मी हर स्टोरी. शी इज़ लाइक कि अरे मैं तो इससे मिलने चली गई थी. So that guy came from Chandigarh to meet her and same story. पहले उसने उसका ऑडिशन दिया कि अरे अरे ये डायलॉग बोलो and all that, and then he was like कि अच्छा हमें ना एक वीडियो बनानी होगी, हमें एक सीन शूट करना होगा, तो उसके लिए हमें डिफरेंट लोकेशन पे जाना होगा और आपका लुक टेस्ट भी कर लूँगा मैं. तो उसे लगा कि अच्छा क्या सीन होगा, तो उसने बोला कि मैं आपके ना बैक साइड से आऊँगा, आपको हक करूँगा और हम वो रिकॉर्ड करेंगे और उसे हम सेंड कर देंगे, जो सिलेक्ट करेंगे आपको उनको सेंड कर देंगे. सो शी गॉट लिटिल पैनिक्ड कि ये क्या बोल रहा है. तो उसने बोला अच्छा ठीक है मैं अपने ब्रदर को ले चलती हूँ. तो ही वाज लाइक आप ऐसे अपने ब्रदर के सामने करोगे, आपको शर्म नहीं आएगी. तो शी सेड कि अरे स्क्रीन पे भी तो दिखेगा, तो क्या हो गया, ब्रदर को साथ ले जाती हूँ. वहाँ पे बात समझ में आ गई कि ही इज़ अ स्कैमर. आफ्टर फ्यू डेज हमें इंस्टाग्राम पे एक वीडियो दिखती है जिसमें देर आर 15 पीपल हु आर बीटिंग हिम, एंड लिटरली 15 पीपल आर बीटिंग हिम, एंड वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि अब ले तू ऑडिशन, अब ले तू ऑडिशन. तो लड़कियों को छेड़ता है, हमारी बहनों को छेड़ता है. और वो बोल रहे हैं नहीं सॉरी, उसको लिटरली थप्पड़ मार रहे हैं. कुछ दिन के लिए वो गायब हो गया इंस्टाग्राम से एंड वो रील बहुत वायरल हुई. और एक्चुअली में ऐसे लोग हैं जो आज भी ऐसे ऑडिशन के नाम पे फ्रॉड करते हैं. ही ऑल्सो आस्क्ड मी फॉर मनी. दिस सबसे बड़ा स्कैम इज आर्टिस्ट कार्ड. डोंट पे फॉर इट. ही वॉज लाइक कि आर्टिस्ट कार्ड के लिए आपको 15,000 देने पड़ेंगे. अच्छा चलो कोई बात नहीं, बजट नहीं है तो 7,000 दे देना. लोग दे देते हैं आर्टिस्ट कार्ड के लिए. सो दिस इज समथिंग विच आई वुड लाइक टू टेल एवरीबडी.
Like there are a lot of people on Instagram who pretend to be a celebrity and who are having good followers. So like what do you think? Are they real or fake?
Fake. Absolutely fake.
Like not
Like-
all fake, like majority of them
course
are
not
fake. हाँ.
everybody is fake, but you have to be careful. अगर आपको लग रहा है कहीं पे भी, सिक्स सेंस सबसे स्ट्रांग होता है. अगर आपको एक भी बार ऐसी फीलिंग आ जाती है ना कि ये सही नहीं लग रहा, फेक है, चाहे कितने भी फॉलोअर्स हो. बिकॉज आई स्टिल रिमेंबर जब मैंने ये जो मैं आपको बता रही हूँ जिसने कास्टिंग के लिए मुझे ऑडिशन के लिए बुलाया था, तो मैंने इसका पूरा पेज स्क्रॉल किया, सेलिब्रिटीज तक के कमेंट्स आए हुए थे. दैट्स हाउ आई फाउंड हिम लिटिल जेन्युइन. बट एवरीथिंग इज मेड अप, कुकड अप. तो जस्ट बी केयरफुल. आप इंटरैक्ट करो. ऐसा नहीं है कि बात ही मत करो किसी से भी. ऑफ कोर्स ऐसे तो नहीं कर पाओगे. अगर आपको कोई मैसेज आता है आप उनसे बात करो, इंटरैक्ट करो, एंड देन यूज़ योर ब्रेन्स. आपको ऑटोमेटिकली पता चल जाएगा कि द पर्सन इज राइट और समथिंग इज रॉन्ग.
Something is fishy.
या
Like ये तो auditions का आपने मुझे बताया, casting couch, but कभी आपको कोई weird DM आया है, किसी ने आपको collaboration के लिए बोला and it was also turned out to be fake?
यस, ऐसा 2 बार हुआ है मेरे साथ. एक्चुअली हुआ तो बहुत बार ही है, बट 2 ऐसे इंस्टेंस हैं जो मैं अभी इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे शेयर करना चाहूँगी. सो एक बंदे ने मुझे अप्रोच किया अपनी ऑफिशियल साइट से जिसमें अराउंड 100K फॉलोअर्स थे और ऑल कंटेंट रिलेटेड टू जिम था. तो मैंने ऑफ कोर्स पहले मैं ना अगर मुझे कोई भी DM आता है तो पहले मैं वो पेज स्क्रॉल करती हूँ कि फॉलोअर्स कितने हैं. दैट इज़ द बेसिक क्राइटेरिया. आपको पता चलता है ना कि जेन्युइन है या नहीं है. तो मैंने उसका पूरा पेज स्क्रॉल किया, मुझे सब जेन्युइन लगा, मैंने उसे अपना नंबर दे दिया. मुझे नहीं पता था वो बॉय है या गर्ल है. सो वी स्टार्टेड हैविंग अ कॉन्वर्जेशन. So he was like, hi, how are you? I said, yeah, I'm fine. So you texted me on Instagram regarding this collaboration and do let me know how we can proceed. So he was like, yeah, काम की बातें तो होती रहेंगी. You tell me what's up, are you single and all that. He started having a conversation that ways. So this was something I was not expecting because मुझे नहीं लगा था कि वो जिम के कोलैबोरेशन के बाद वो मुझसे ऐसी बातें करेगा. तो मैंने उसे बोला कि आपने मुझे जिम कोलैबोरेशन के लिए, जिम वेयर था एक्चुअली, जिम वेयर था, जिम वेयर के कोलैबोरेशन के लिए कांटेक्ट किया था. सो कैन वी टॉक अबाउट दैट. सो ही वाज, तब उसने मुझसे थोड़ा सा फॉर्मेलिटी के लिए पूछ लिया, व्हाट इज़ योर साइज, व्हाट इज़ योर एड्रेस एंड ऑल दैट. एंड देन वो टॉपिक वहीं पे बंद हो गया. आफ्टर फ्यू डेज ही अगेन tried to, he again texted me and he was like, hi, how are you? And then he started sending me snaps that he's driving a BM, he's having so many phones, he's going for shopping in Emporio and all that, because girls get attracted maybe.
Girls get attracted.
So I got pissed and I blocked him. So this is the first instance. Second instance was that I got a message from an agency. So yeah, even that can be fake. So I got a message from an agency and I gave my number, and then because of course अगर आप बात ही नहीं करोगे तो आपको पता कैसे चलेगा.
Right.
इनिशियली मैं बात ही नहीं करती थी, बट फिर मुझे बोला लोगों ने कि नहीं आप बात करो, आपको पता चलेगा तभी कि जेन्युइन है या फेक है. तो एजेंसी से मुझे मैसेज आया, मुझे ओके लगा. देयर वाज अ ब्रांड शूट, सो आई गेव माई नंबर एंड देन आई स्टिल रिमेंबर उस दिन हमारा VC का कॉन्फ्रेंस था. सो आई वॉज कमिंग बैक एंड आई गॉट अ कॉल एंड ही वॉज लाइक, अरे आपका ना आज ऑडिशन है, आप जल्दी आ जाओ, यहाँ डिज़ाइनर्स आए हुए, वो आज ही मॉडल्स फाइनल कर लेंगे और फिटिंग्स भी हो जाएंगी. सो ऑफकोर्स ऐसे कॉल आएगा तो आपको लगेगा कि हाँ जेन्युइन ही होगा, जेन्युइन ही. बट आई हैव दिस हैबिट कि अगर मैं कोई भी ऑडिशन पे जा रही हूँ या कोई शूट पे जा रही हूँ, अगर मेरा खुद का ही शूट है तो देन इट्स अ डिफरेंट मैटर, या अगर कोई जानने वाले का है. बट इफ सम स्ट्रेंजर कॉल्स मी तो आई हैव अ हैबिट ऑफ टेकिंग somebody along with me, be it my assistant or my family member, anybody. तो हम लोग गए वहाँ पे. एक तो दैट लोकेशन वॉज वेरी शेडी, मतलब कहीं एकदम अलूफ सेक्लूडेड जगह पे बेसमेंट में मैं गई. नो नेटवर्क, माई फोन वॉज डेड, कोई नेटवर्क ही नहीं, कुछ नहीं कर सकते आप अगर आप अकेले गए हो तो.
So scary.
या सो आई एंटर्ड एंड ही वॉज लाइक, 2 लोग बैठे हुए थे. सो द पर्सन हु कॉल्ड मी, he tried to show that he is the assistant, but in reality they both were partners. So I was sitting on the couch and I went there with my husband, so we were sitting together. So he called me inside and he has good number of followers, the owner of the agency and the agency also, both of them, they have good number of followers. So he called me inside and we had a little chat कि ये वो क्या क्या किया हुआ है एंड ऑल दैट. एंड देन ही वाज लाइक, आपने बताया नहीं कि आप मैरिड हो. सो आई वाज लाइक, एक्सक्यूज मी, व्हाट डज दिस इंफॉर्मेशन, दिस पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन हैज़ टू डू विद दैट? मैरिड हूँ या नहीं हूँ, उससे क्या होने वाला है? सो तब बात वहाँ बंद हो गई. ही गॉट दिस आइडिया कि अब तो कुछ हो नहीं सकता, बिकॉज ही कैन नॉट फोर्स मी टू हैव अ ड्रिंक, ही कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग विद मी, राइट? सो उसने मुझसे बोला कि इतने पैसे दे दो मुझे, 40-50 हज़ार रुपये दे दो, मैं आपकी मार्केटिंग कर दूंगा, ये कर दूंगा, वो कर दूंगा. आई सेड ओके फाइन, और मैं अपना लुक टेस्ट दे के वहाँ से चली गई. आफ्टर फ्यू डेज द सेम गर्ल हु, बिकॉज दिस इंडस्ट्री इज़ वेरी स्मॉल, स्कैमर्स के पास बहुत लिमिटेड ऑप्शंस हैं, तो ये बात मेरे पास दोबारा आई. सो दैट फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन, शी सेंट मी हिज प्रोफाइल एंड शी वाज लाइक, तुझसे मिली है क्या? मैंने कहा हाँ मैं मिली हूँ. सो शी टोल्ड मी कि उसको भी बुलाया था वहाँ पे, सेम चीज़ बोल के कि ऑडिशन चल रहे हैं और डिज़ाइनर्स आए हुए हैं, फिटिंग्स भी हो जाएंगी, सब हो जाएगा, आप आ जाओ फटाफट. एंड शी वेंट देयर अलोन. एंड दैट वाज द मोस्ट स्केरियस्ट थिंग, द नेक्स्ट थिंग दैट आई एम अबाउट टू से. शी टोल्ड मी दैट दिस गाय, ही वाज सिटिंग राइट नेक्स्ट टू हर. पहले तो उसने नॉर्मल बात करी, क्या करते हो, क्या वर्क एक्सपीरियंस है, किस ब्रांड के साथ शूट किया एंड ऑल दैट. फिर उसका लुक टेस्ट हुआ, लाइक यू नो लेफ्ट राइट प्रोफाइल एंड वीडियो एंड एवरीथिंग. उसके बाद जो फोटोग्राफर था उस एजेंसी का, उसने उसको लड़की को हिंट दिया कि आप यहाँ से चले जाओ. एंड देन शी बिकेम लिटिल अनकम्फर्टेबल. शी वाज लाइक कि अच्छा सर मैं चलती हूँ, अभी तक तो डिज़ाइनर आए नहीं आपके, मैं निकलती हूँ. कह रहे नहीं नहीं आ रहे आप वेट करो. देन दे स्टार्टेड ड्रिंकिंग. There were 2 more girls. One girl was sitting on his lap, and he was trying to make my friend comfortable कि वो भी drink करना शुरू कर दे. And he forced her a lot कि पी लो कुछ नहीं होता, पियो. And she got scared. फोटोग्राफर ने इशारा कर दिया, आप निकल जाओ यहाँ से. और वो फटाफट वहाँ से भाग गई. और उस फोटोग्राफर ने उसे बताया कि आपकी फ्रेंड भी आई थी, बिकॉज उसने उसके प्रोफाइल में देखा होगा. So things can be very scary. try and take somebody along, your friend or your family or
Never go
anybody
alone
whenever
jab
you're
tak-
going to a strange place to meet a stranger for audition specifically.
What's one lie creators sell to appear perfect?
What's
One lie creators sell to appear perfect.
one lie? चेंज कर सकते हैं क्वेश्चन. हाँ.
ये भी हो गया, ये भी हो गया. If the cameras were off, what would you say about the industry?
Okay, if the cameras were off, I personally feel कि इस इंडस्ट्री में हर कोई अपने आप को भगवान समझता है. एक्चुअली में आप जिससे भी मिलने जाओगे, चाहे वो कास्टिंग में हो, चाहे वो कोई अच्छी एजेंसी में किसी अच्छी पोजीशन पे हो, सबको लगता है कि अरे बस आपको अपनी तारीफ करेंगे, अपने बारे में बताएंगे एंड ऑटोमेटिकली आपको इम्प्रेस करने की कोशिश करेंगे सो दैट यू कैन गिव अप एंड यू नो हाउ.
Is being too honest a disadvantage in pageants?
Of course, you cannot be absolutely honest. You have to know your limits and your ethics also. So, yes, in pageants, you have to be little more careful. You cannot be absolutely honest. Yeah.
What's one prize of success no one wants you about?
Nobody told me that, if you want to see, that when you are on the verge of achieving success, a lot of people will escape from your life. So the moment I am proceeding, the speed I'm, with the speed that I am moving ahead in my life, I'm losing more and more friends, actually not friends, people in my life who pretended to be my friends, but in real they are getting jealous because I am moving ahead in my life. So there's a saying that there is a reason that Ferrari has 2 seats, because by the end, when you achieve your success, there are going to be very limited people who are going to be happy for your success. So that's one price which you have to pay. You have to lose people and you have to get used to it also.
Now it's time for fun but telling round. It's rapid fire round. Wildest myth about Mrs. contestants.
That Mrs. cannot do a beauty pageant.
Sari or gown, what makes you feel queen-like?
Gown.
Go-to stress buster.
Gym.
Compliment you will never forget.
That I look like 20.
Most difficult, motherhood or RAM practice?
RAM practice.
Okay. Confidence theme song.
I think Cheap Thrills.
Okay. Biggest cheerleader during your journey?
My husband.
A message for every doubting woman.
I would just like to give one message that never doubt yourself. Try to love as much as possible. Try to love yourself as much as possible, because if you start loving yourself, you start taking care of yourself, you start grooming yourself, and then you have no idea what wonders you can do in your life. So always love yourself.
What would you say to women who feel too old, too late to start?
I would just like to say one thing, that it's never too late to think about yourself, to do something for yourself, and age is just a number, and just do whatever you want to do. Life is very short. Just stop thinking and start doing.
Thank you, Diksha, for not just only sharing your journeys, but for being real, raw, and radically empowering.
Thank you so much, Edge Talks, for having me.
If today's episode gave you perspective, chills, and even a little push to your own story, then please like, comment, and share. This is your host signing off. Until next time, see you soon.